Hello, welcome back this week. Not really much to talk about this week. We are going to be doing, as Huey puts it, dog chops, which I thought was brilliant. So we're going to be doing a little bit of the mouth and a little bit of the muzzle for fur. If it's the first time joining us, then welcome, big welcome. If this is your part 4. If you're your 4th time joining us, then welcome again. So we're going to get straight on this. And if you don't mind changing the camera over, please. Thank you. Okay, so I have my reference picture on my iPad. It's easier to zoom in and out for bits that I need. So I'll just put that to one side there. I need to switch out this piece of wood. A piece of wood holding the board up to the right place for the camera. I'm going to put that there, and then I'm going to zoom in there. Is that right? Yeah?
Wherever you want to.
So I'm going to zoom in just a little bit more. Okay. So this is the area that we're going to be working on today. Now, this area here is actually one of the hardest parts of a puppy or any dog to do, because the fur direction changes so many times, because you think the fur comes down here, the fur comes over there and up and around. So we're just going to jump right in. I'm going to set my burner to a number 4 and see how that goes. I may need to turn it down just a little bit because of how light the puppy is. But yeah, what I'm going to do is start just from here, going in short strokes. I will turn that down a bit, actually. I'm going to turn that down to a 3.5. So just doing short strokes. Now, when the fur comes up from the nose, it's very, very short, especially on a Labrador or any short-haired dog, really. So we're just very, very slowly building up. Now, there are many, many ways to do this type of fur. You can block it in. Actually, I'm going to turn that down again. Actually, I'm going to go down to number 3.
She's indecisive today.
I am. It's just getting the right bit.
So which way you got your spoon shader today? So
the spoon shader is bowl side down. I haven't got my teaspoon with me to show you. Yeah, we're still using the spoon shader. So what we're going to do is just block in a bit of the, plot in, whichever you want to call it, a bit of the under fur. Just going in the direction of the fur, staying in short motions, because obviously the dog is short fur. If the dog was long-haired, you would obviously make longer strokes for the fur. So we're just plotting that bit in. And it doesn't take much to plot it in. So I better shut up a minute, actually, and
do you want to know who's out there?
Yeah,
okay,
please.
Then.
Sorry.
I was just wondering when you were going to give me a chance to read them. Right, well, out there today.
I'm not letting you. I'm going to carry on.
I'll say out there today. Those that are chatting today, shall we say? We have Wayne the Wood Turner, who was in Brighton earlier as normal.
Hi, Wayne.
We have Andrew from AGK.
Hi, Andrew.
We have Rob from Clingspoor Abrasives.
Hey, Rob.
We have Malcolm Douglas.
Hey, Malcolm.
We have Keep It Classy himself, Huey Lionheart.
Hi, Huey.
And that is about it for the moment.
That's good. Good. It's great to see everybody.
So there's a few more people on there, but they're not chatting. Oh, where's the Wood Butcher's just joined us?
Hi.
He says he's been lurking in the background.
That's okay. That's all good.
And shall we have a silly story about this particular puppy this morning?
Go on then.
I got dragged out of bed because this silly puppy had got herself stuck behind our wood store.
Yes, she did.
So bright and early this morning, I had to get out and crowbar the wood store across so we could get the dog out from behind it.
Yeah, she's been small enough to climb down the side of it and behind it so far. And obviously she must have had a little bit of a growth spurt because she actually got stuck this morning. She was down there about 20 minutes and I was out in the garden clearing up after her, and she decided that she was going behind there, and I just left her to it because she always goes down there. And the next minute, you know, she's barking her head off, and I couldn't get her out. So we had to prise the log store forward so we could get her out. Silly dog.
Wayne from Bigfoot Woodcrafts joined us.
Hey Wayne,
Hi,
hi
Wayne.
Valerie. So we're just plotting in the base fur at the moment. I'm just being conscious of which way the fur goes because it goes in all different directions. It's just keeping it really, really short and quick movements on a very light temperature. So the temperature I've got at the moment is number 3, and that seems to be working really well. If it goes in a little bit too light, don't worry, because you can always go over it, and we will be going over it anyway. Because this is just like the underfur. There are so many layers of fur on dogs, so we're just plotting in.
Yeah, Shug says he's here watching and listening, but typing is difficult because I'm in the workshop, allegedly.
That's all right. No worries, mate. No worries. It's nice to hear that you're getting in your workshop. Even if it is just to listen to me.
And Wayne Bigfoot says it's difficult because of your fat fingers, and that to do with being in the workshop. That's not very nice, Wayne.
It's true though.
Oh dear.
Oh dear me. So just keeping this in the fur direction and keeping it nice and light. Pressure is very, very light on this pen. I'm not pressing on very hard at all. If I hold my pen up here, I can still do the same sort of thing. I wouldn't, you know, you don't need to press very hard at all. Just making sure that these bits stay quite light, because that is the bit that's really light on the photo, and we can darken these down with a little extra layer of colour on there. I say colour, but it's more of a burn, which is obviously technically a colour, but it's not like a colour like pencil or paint.
Rob from Queens for Abrasives says Huey and workshop are 2 words I would never thought I'd see in a comment. Ooh.
Ouch.
You can get in there nowadays, Rob. It's not like it used to be.
Yeah.
Huey's going to have to type a comment back now.
Yeah. So just plotting this down, say going in the direction of the fur. There are, like I said earlier, I said that there's many ways to do this. There is no right or wrong way to laying down your burn. This is just what I've always done and what works for me. So I'm just going to show you the way that I do it. You know, what works for one person doesn't always work for another. So if this way doesn't work for you, don't worry, try a different way. You know, if this does work for you, then absolutely fantastic. Okay, just keeping this nice and light. We've actually got from here is just slightly dark, so I'm just going to go over that again. It's just there is just slightly darker.
And don't forget, guys, if you've got any questions, drop them in the chat with the queue at the front.
Yep, drop them in. Always happy to answer questions. Even if you think it's a silly question, you go ahead and ask questions, because you never know, 3 other people might be thinking the same thing.
If you're something like me, it's how they keep doing that.
Yeah.
Because mine don't turn out like that.
Yeah, you had a go, didn't you?
Yeah.
You had a go. while I was away at Harrogate, Phil decided to get the burner out and have a go. So he's yet to show me. He only told me about it. He's yet to show me.
I burnt it.
You burnt it? You burnt it in the fire, or did you burn it with the pyro machine?
No, we have still got it at the moment.
Oh, you have? Okay. So you'll have to show me. No, it'd be your second burning, wouldn't it? Because you burnt the embellished the wand for Jensen's Christmas present last year, didn't you?
Yeah, Lucy Bundy Rose joined us. Afternoon, Lucy.
Hi, Lucy. How you doing? Hope you've recovered after Harrogate.
Hope everybody's recovered after Harrogate.
Yeah, that's true.
It was great seeing everybody again.
It was absolutely fantastic. It was a fantastic show. It was so busy on the Saturday and Sunday. Not the Friday and Saturday, not Sunday. Sunday was quite nice to just like breathe a little.
And Wayne Bigfoot has got a question for you.
Go for it.
Do I have to go into work tomorrow?
No, not if your boss says no. That's, take the day off if you wish. I don't mind.
Question is, Wayne, did you get brave and get wet today, or did you put it off till next week?
Yeah. Oh, this is for his shuttering, wasn't it? Yeah, so just filling in the gaps. I've not filled in all of the wood because it doesn't need it. I'm just going to put a little bit of darker value up on here now because it's just that tad bit darker on this area. Still going with the direction of the fur, still nice short strokes, but what I'm trying to do is smooth out in between, so filling in a little bit more of the wood on this section here. Still doing the straight strokes with the pen, just because fur is this particular fur is straight on that bit.
Not been permed.
No, it hasn't been permed. I meant it's not curly fur. It's not a poodle fur, is it? Oh my gosh! Anybody want a husband? He's free for collection. Just adding in extra layer up here. So all this bit is we've just added the first layer in, and now we're going to go back over and add the second layer in and kind of smooth it out where the darker areas are.
Lucy says she's just been showing the kids an old episode of Rainbow to show them what I used to watch.
Rainbow, oh my God, I haven't seen that for years.
And apparently Wayne hasn't braved it in the rain today.
I don't blame you, mate. Stay nice and dry.
But he's picked up 8 rolls of insulation for 100 quid, so he's happy.
Oh, that's a bargain. Not bad at all there, Mr. Gilbert. So just carrying on with the layers.
So it means once he finally gets his workshop built, he'll actually
be warm.
Be warm, yeah.
That's all good. That's all good. There's nothing worse than having a drafty workshop though in the winter.
No. Apparently, Andy Bundy Rose says he'll swap Phil for Kezia.
Can I pass on that? I'm past the toddler stage. Toddlers are great when there's somebody else's.
Then she'd get completely lost with a girl.
Yeah, I would. I've got 5 boys. I'd never know what to do with a girl. God, imagine it. The puppies are bad enough and she's a girl. I actually thought Andy's and Lucy's kids were twins originally. Yeah, I thought they were twins originally.
Apparently the episode she was showing him was an episode about a craft fair.
Oh, right, cool. Start them young. That was the best way. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to turn this up to 3.5. I might regret it, I might not, but we're going to try it.
And Lucy says Kezi is 3 going on 13.
Yeah, that's it with girls, isn't it? They get stroppy and teenagery. Yeah, it's the three-nager stage, isn't it? There are tooligans and then three-nagers.
Yeah, you haven't had that joy, have you?
Well, I have with the boys, but definitely not with girls. I don't think I'd cope with a girl. Hat goes off to girl mamas. Just adding in here. You can actually, I don't know if you see it. Yeah, you can. You can see actually where the grain of the wood here is posing a bit of a pain in the bottom, to put it politely. So what we're going to do is go in there and add some extra just in that section there, just in that line, just to try and blend it in a little bit more, so it doesn't stick out like a sore thumb later on. Still going with the direction of the fur, because this fur on this muzzle goes everywhere.
I want to see how you're going to describe that, disguise that little dot on the wood.
That one there is actually a hole in the wood. There's actually 3 of them. So I've got a hole here on that bit. I've got a hole up here. And I've got a hole up there. So I'm not quite sure what it is. Hopefully not woodworm. Doesn't look like it. It looks like somebody's burnt it, but this piece was
Halfway through the branch.
well, yeah, I suppose so. So just laying down there, trying to hide that little bit there. And go up a little bit further. How are we doing on that? Right, I might have to. So
apparently, Andy is gluing the Father Christmas together today.
yes.
And Rob says he must not go near that Peter Child machine next Friday. I must not. I must not.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, definitely. You should. You should give it a go. Why Friday anyway?
Is it Yandles?
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Ah, cool. Yeah, you definitely need to. Give it a try.
It won't be as cheap as it was last week, though.
You never know, it's Black Friday. Black Friday next week, isn't it? Is anybody eyeing up any special deals for Black Friday? Or is everybody spent up at Harrogate?
Spent up at Harrogate, probably.
Well, I know you did. Yeah, I know you did. So just bringing that patch down there from the eye, because that is, again, we've been going that way with this fur, down here with this part of the fur, and now we're coming back down this side here with this part of the fur. So you really do have to watch your grain direction, because if I'd have gone straight out with the grain direction all going that way, fur direction, if I'd have gone straight out with the fur direction, it would have been like looked like a really fat nose. If you don't go with the fur direction, it can look a little off. So just bringing that down just a little bit from the eye there, because it goes down this way for this section, but then here it's sort of still going up. It's a little bit crazy. So I'm just going to turn that back down again to number 3. Yes, I'm indecisive today, because I'm going to go over here and get this on here like this.
So that's what Andy's been gluing together.
Oh, nice. Nice work, Andy. So going this way with this fur here.
It's looking good, Lucy.
It is. Sit there. So still just plotting in the first layers on here. I do dot around a little bit because that's just the way my brain works, I think. My excuse is that I leave the wood to cool down a little bit, but it's just the way my brain works. I see a bit and I go, oh, I need to do that bit. So like I've just started there and then I'm coming up here to get this fur direction in here. It's just so I can see how it's going to work instead of working on one particular area. You know, it can be a little bit off-putting because every picture that you, whether you're burning, drawing, painting, even sort of like, you know, carving or anything like that, every piece goes through an ugly duckling stage, as I call it, and they look really ugly for a while. And if they stay in that ugly duckling stage for a while, it can be a little bit off-putting, and that's where you kind of go, especially with like burning and drawing and things like that, you can kind of go, I'm just going to scrap that and get rid of it all. But if you just push past that, it actually it does work out pretty well. So still getting all this in here. She looks a bit fluffy at the minute.
Looks like she's got a zit.
She will do there. But yeah, so just so I like you've got the grain direction going to fur the fur direction going that way, and then the fur direction coming in this way. It just makes that look better. It looks better in my mind, and it helps me to keep going and push past the ugly duckling stage.
Otherwise, she gets the ADHD bit and goes, I'm going to start that one.
Yes, I do. My brain goes, I can't do that. Well, not I can't do that. It's like that's, you know, that's not looking right. It's not looking how I want it to do, which it doesn't when you're in the ugly duckling stage. You just have to keep going. So here we go. It's coming, that's changing again to the direction down there.
Rob says he's been in the ugly duckling stage for 59 years, and I'm still hopeful. Yeah, me too, but only for 57, so there's hope for me yet.
You're a pair of wallies, you are. So that bit actually joins that bit down there to make that bit a little bit darker. So just smoothing out on this second layer a little bit more. You kind of go in with you're plotting your sort of like your areas that you want, then go over the darker bits by smoothing them out, which adds you the tonal value, and then you add the fur again on top, and it just gives the illusion of excuse me, gives the illusion of the depth on the fur. And realism in a nutshell. So just bringing that down, because the depth and the tonal values are actually more important than adding all the details, because your brain doesn't actually see the details. It sees the tonal values and the difference in the darks and the light shades more than it sees all the details. When you detail fur too much, it just looks fluffy. So you can be doing a beautiful horse that is really, really sort of short on the fur, and because they're so smooth, if you draw every fur in, you can end up with a fluffy horse. So you really got to take into account the types of fur that you are burning, or drawing, or painting, you know, anything like that. So we are going to now go to this bit here. I'm still on a number 3, which works pretty well. So we'll stick with that.
And Rob from Copper Owl Woodturnings joined us.
Hey up, Rob. So the third direction in here is now going up. So we've gone from here to there, and now we're going up here. So this is the bit we're going to do here. It's going to do up. But this is plotting in the first bits on the wood again, the first lot of colour on the wood. Now, with in between the eyes of the dog, you've kind of got from the muzzle going that way and then up, but it kind of goes in, it like bows round. I don't quite know how you'd explain it. Kind of bows round, and then this bit dips in. So this bit here is actually darker than the rest of it, and then this kind of bows that way. So you kind of got a shape. It's like an egg shape, isn't it? Even though it's not an egg, it's a puppy's head. But you know what I mean. It's kind of hard to explain. So we're just going to plop that bit in there.
Just do a bit with your camera because he's focused on your fingers again.
Oh, is it? Okay.
That's better.
There you go. So, yeah, so I'm just going to plot this bit in here. Is that actually, that could do with going a little bit further over there. Is that better?
We can see a bit more of it.
You could have said earlier. I'm not looking at that screen. Oh, Molly. So,
What, you mean you can't look at the screen and do that at the same time?
No,
I thought you could multitask.
I can go cross-eyed, but I can't point one eye there and one eye up there. That's like Mission Impossible. There, that's what it was there. So yeah, so plotting that in there, and this part here is where it starts going over there ever so slightly. This bit's coming up and down. And then that bit there is starting to change direction. So ever so slightly, or lightly, whichever way. Just try and do that there. Move that over.
You can only just see that doing something.
It is only just doing something because that part there is actually a really light bit. You don't need it too dark because obviously it's a very light puppy. Again, it's just with the bold part of the spoon shader. Yeah. And then we'll come up here and plot this bit in here. So it's starting to go around that there. So it's laying down the base colours.
You're moving that quickly, it nearly looks like it's sped up.
Oh, no, sorry. The reason why I'm moving it quickly is because...
Just an observation.
Yeah, no, the quicker you move, the lighter the burn, and the slower you move, the darker the burn. And obviously, what I'm trying to do is aim for a light burn on this section and then darken it down little by little, because then I've got more control if I do it little by little than I have if I just stick the pen on it and burn the sausages out of it. You know, it's just...
Walls.
Pardon?
Walls.
Walls, yeah. Now that's an advert, isn't it? There we go. So again, just fur direction. It's definitely not sped up.
Are you sure?
Yeah, promise. Well, my hand might be, but yeah. So this section here is actually a little bit darker, so we're just going to go over that bit again. It's just starting to darken it down so it looks right. And it also means that I don't end up with a dog that's all one colour. I can start, you know, you kind of lose where you are with the tonal values. It's easier to do it a little bit as you go. Well, it's easy for me anyway. Otherwise I lose where I am. The amount of times that quite often I'll spin a piece as I'm working on it. And quite often I'll be working on a piece, working on an area, and I'll turn the wood and then I look at it and go, which bit was I working on? I actually literally just lose where I'm working on.
Lucy says those eyes look so real.
Thank you, Lucy.
Yeah, she always starts with the eyes because if she gets them wrong, I can sand it off for her.
Yeah. Because it's eyes, if you don't quite get the shape right, it just looks like something completely different. Yeah, and the eyes are the window to the soul. Go up here a little bit more where the fur is going a little bit. In its own direction. So that would be about there, from there, wouldn't it? So this is slightly darker just on this section here.
And Jacob from Jacked Up Leatherworks has joined us.
Hey up, Jacob. Bringing that down there like that. And we're going to tackle this middle bit. So we've got like a bit here that is just where the fur goes that way, that direction on that side, and then comes that direction on that side.
Malcolm Douglas says, you're all right, Lucy. The whole thing looks amazing. So lifelike. I think Kaz has done this before.
Yeah, just a few times. I do enjoy doing it. I think that's why I like to share it with everybody.
You got your fingers again.
Okay. It gives me a chance.
There you go.
I'm just going to take a swig of my juice while I'm...
I'll have to remember to set the focus on that camera.
Okay. So we were doing this bit here, so bringing that up there. So it's very dark there, but light as it's coming around there.
Yeah. Lucy says, so real, she'll be feeding and taking him for a walk later.
Yeah, shall I show you the real version that we've got? She's a monkey. Her name is Luna.
Rob.
And you call her Looney Tunes.
Yeah. Rob from Klingspor has got a question for you.
Go for it.
Are animals harder to do than humans?
No. No. I started with animals and then moved on to humans, and it's all the same. Obviously, you haven't got fur on the face unless you're doing a beard. And it's just the same sort of principles of eyes first, nose, things like that.
The small but very intricate details first.
Well, it's just the eyes first. I always just start with the eyes first, just because if I get them wrong, there's only a tiny bit to sand off. And I have had to do that a few times. Sort of sanding a few bits off.
I can vouch for that.
Yeah, I normally hand it to Phil and go, "Can you sand that off for me, please?" You're good like that, aren't you, darling? So, but you've just got to watch. Obviously, the skin is smooth on people. So when you're doing skin, you've got to keep the burns really, really sort of smooth and layer up for the shadows that are under the eyes, around the cheekbones and things like that. So, it's the same sort of principle. You're just not doing lots of fur. You should give it a try.
Lucy says she's got a black version asleep on the living room floor at the moment, although it's also part collie.
Oh, collies are crazy. Collies are crazy.
We have been there and done that, Lucy.
We did. We had a black Labrador
Collie
cross, yeah. He was an absolute Fruit Loop. And finding that Luna is an awful lot calmer, which is kind of nice, actually.
And Jacob says that is looking really amazing, really awesome, Kez.
Thank you, Jacob. Have you tried any more burning on your leather recently? Wasn't it a couple of weeks ago that Jacob said about a kraken? What was it that we spotted the comment just as we clicked off, Jacob? So you can, if you can remember, please tell us again.
No, was it? I thought it was Davy Jones.
Was it Davy Jones?
So if it was a kraken, you've already done one.
Yeah, I've already done a kraken. Yeah, I didn't do it live though.
I think it was Davy Jones who mentioned doing.
Interesting.
Correct us if we're wrong, Jacob.
Yes, please. So with this side, the fur is going that way. So I'm going to burn it that way. Just come and bringing it down to kind of meet this bit down here.
Yeah, my memory's better than yours.
Yours is it? Why? Your memory's always better than mine. Mine's terrible.
It was Davy Jones.
Davy Jones. Cool.
And Lucy says he's got the scattiness of a collie and the scavenger capability of a lab.
Yeah.
However, I think he's a cat is his favourite place is curled up on the sofa.
Yeah. Yeah, I think...
So we had Davy Jones as a possibility for the next one after the Labrador's finished.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's
that get your orders in?
What does everybody else think?
Yeah.
Because we've already got a Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
We've already got Black Pearl here.
Yeah.
So Davy Jones would fit in nicely.
Yeah. Certainly would. Okay, so this side of the muzzle here is the fur is going that direction. So that's what I'm doing with it. I'm taking it that direction. Just as I'm plotting it out. Bringing it in to then join up on the section on the forehead. Well, it's not the forehead. It's the forehead between the eyes, isn't it?
Yeah, you've nearly got an actual line in the grain where the joint is.
Yeah, I know. It's there. It's very, very light. It's just where the grain's a bit wonky again on the wood. But it's really, really easy to correct. So don't ever let the timber put you off. Sometimes it works really, really well to just leave the lines in, and sometimes like this it's a case of just getting the extra bit of fur in, either side of the line where you can see the line there where it's darkening. So I'm going to go either side of the line to get the fur in. just to blend it in a little bit. You'll never get rid of it completely, but you know, it's part of wood. Let's face it, it's a natural product, and you know, you can blend it in or just leave it there. Often on pieces that I've got, like pieces of wood that I've got lots of grain showing up, I'll just do a darker pieces, so it adds to the character of the wood and the character that is on the piece. Kind of, you know, blends it in nicely. So just, where are we? We've got this bit up here. So just taking that bit up there a little bit more. Just darkening it down, just slowing down a little, I think. And bringing it like that. Because we've got, you see there and there where the grain goes a little on the weird side. So if we just bring that in and just blend that side, and then blend this side.
Jacob, just send it me on Facebook or Messenger, mate.
What's that?
He says, what's your email address? I'll send you a picture of my daughter. That my daughter drew of Davy Jones.
Nice. I love to see other people's artwork.
Yes, send it through on Messenger, mate.
That would be fabulous. So just darkening this little bit down, because just above the nose is a little bit of a darker patch, but not too dark. So I'm going to add an extra layer in there, just by, I think we've got a little bit slower. There, and then we can speed up a little bit for the lighter section over this side. So the fur goes that way, so this is the way that we're aiming to go. And then where does it go from there? So it goes up from there, and then starts coming over and down.
Getting tricky.
Eh?
Getting tricky.
No, it's just following it. It's just following it. It's quite easy to follow when you know how. What the problem is my thought patterns. What I'm thinking in my head, I'm thinking like 3 steps ahead. So I'm already thinking about the pattern that's going to come down this side over here while I'm doing this bit here. And I have to actually say the 3 steps previous to obviously explain what I'm doing, rather than doing this bit and explaining the bit that I'm thinking of.
That'd be too much for my tiny little brain.
Hey?
That'd be too much for my tiny little brain. Thinking about one bit and saying another bit.
Yeah, that's what I say. So yeah, I am multitasking. See,
I'll let you have that one.
But yeah, I'm always thinking about what comes next, and I think that is actually why I do dot around a little bit, because my brain's thinking about something else while I'm doing this. The only way that I actually shut off and just do is if I put audiobook in and then somebody's just talking to me. So
yeah, sorry.
No, I meant the audiobook is talking to me. You're a wally, you are. So right, we have got this bit here that's up here like this. And that bit stays just there. Thank you, Jacob. I've got that.
Didn't want to send it to me, so he sent it to you.
That's because you smell.
Oh.
Oh dear. So there we go. Just go in there, and then that bit comes down a little bit there. And actually, that section there He's just a little bit darker. Just it starts going down here. So if we go just here, plot this first section in, and then I can go over it again, because then I know that that bit's the nice dark section that I need to put in, because otherwise I'll forget where it is.
Which, trust me, is not hard because.
No. I forget what I'm doing all the time. Like I say, I spin my work round that often, I forget which bit I was burning. People say about walking into the kitchen and forgetting what they're doing. I forget to walk into the kitchen.
I'm going to have to build you one of them slopes with Lazy Susan built in, aren't I?
Yeah, but the Lazy Susan actually needs to be recessed in the slope, I think. It needs recessing in the slope, just for because otherwise what they do, they stand off, because they've got the spin around thing. When they stand off, your arm is really quite uncomfortable when it's up in the air.
Yeah, I meant built into the surface.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it's recessed.
Lucy says she's just at an AGK woodwork sticker full out of her washing machine. Can't think how we got there.
You've been washed, Andrew. Yeah, so that bit goes down there. So this bit here is, this darker section is actually starting to come down. Actually, that way, isn't it? That way. There. Just to about there. So get that in there, just like that. See if we can get some of these dog chops done. I think that actually comes a little bit darker from about up there, I think. Because it comes down from the eye here, so it would be from about here. Getting that in.
There you go, Kaz. You can see what the picture looks like now.
Oh, nice. That's a good picture. I like that. That's a fabulous drawing. Davy Jones. I'm assuming she's a Davy Jones fan, Jacob.
Well, apparently the AGK sticker was Shug's fault. It's always Shug's fault.
Was it stuck to the back of Lucy or Andy there? Because I know one of them was wearing sticking stickers on the backs. So that bit is coming. So this bit here is actually changing again to like this, to then come up here. So still using the bowl of the spoon shader. You use the bowl for quite a bit, actually.
So it's Jacob that's the Davy Jones fan.
Nice.
And he commissioned her for the picture.
Brilliant. Brilliant. You got to admit, they're good films.
Lucy says it was obviously stuck somewhere. I also found one in bed earlier in the week. Well.
You're supposed to take your stickers to bed with you, Luce. Oh, dear me. What a place to find them.
We won't ask where that one was stuck.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, dear me. Yeah, answers on a postcard. So, darkening this bit down again before I go too far up there, because otherwise I'll lose myself up there. Short strokes again. Actually, I think we're just going to slow down just a little bit the movements, just to bring
Hashtag random sticker sticking.
Yeah, that's the one. Is that going to be a thing now, do you reckon, when all the makers get together?
It's who's going to go, who's got the strongest glue so it won't come off.
Who can stick it in the weirdest place? So still going, excuse me, still going a little bit slower on this section here.
And Robert Klingsball says AGK is now the head of marketing for us next year. 1,000 stickers and setting free.
Nice. So we've added that to darker section in just there. We've actually got a darker section on this side here as well. So we're just going to go over this. Actually, just slow down a little bit. It'll darken down nicely.
Jacob says makers are the biggest sticker collectors, I swear. Yes, that's definite.
They are, yeah. I never actually heard of sticker swaps until I found the maker community. I just thought stickers were something that, you told the kids that they were sort of like good kids and they were going to get a sticker, and they were like, oh, yeah, it would be good for a sticker. Yeah. And then I met the maker community. What do you think
the makers are doing?
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
You did well this year. You can have a sticker.
Yeah, that's it. It's great, though. It's great. It's a nice, easy sort of swap, isn't it? I actually, when we was working at Maker Central earlier this year, there was a team member, Ollie, and they are cosplay. They do a lot of cosplay. Now, they do trinket trading. So if they like, so the cosplayers, if they like each other's costumes, they will trinket trade. And it also includes sticker trading, but they don't trade with everybody they meet. They only trade with the people with the costumes that they really, really like, and if they think they've done a fabulous job of their costume. So I thought that was pretty cool. So it's like different things in different communities, which is kind of nice. It's nice to hear about other things as well, isn't it? Yeah. Other people.
Apparently Gideon gets really upset if he hasn't had a sticker at the end of the day. We've got loads of AGK ones to give him now.
yeah. Tell him he's got to go find them. Yeah. I started laminating some stickers and putting Velcro on the back and having the charts with the Velcro, because the kids used to get through that many stickers. I was like buying hundreds of them every week. So I started reusing them. I don't know whether that's smart or just cheapskate.
Cheapskate.
Thanks. So just still darkening this section down here a little bit. It comes up a little bit more over here, doesn't it? There, and that section there. Bring that down, because that's got a little bit that comes down just there. We've actually got little dog spots, haven't we? Like where the whiskers come out further down there. You can see them more on this side than you can on the other side. What I need to do is switch that over again, because I'm lower down. Put my piece of wood there. Is that better? Yeah. Yep. Okay. So,
move across a tad.
That way.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah. Okay.
Or her.
So we are going out from here.
You've only got 5 minutes.
Oh, okay. Okay. So see what we can get done in 5 minutes then. So just going that way like that. See if we can get this section done here, because it is quite light. So see if we can get it done, because we've got most of that section done on there. So with this here, you can see the fur goes out from the nose and then comes down, pointing towards the bottom of the muzzle or dog chop. It sounds like lamb chops when you say that. Well, when I say it anyway. That's what I think of, lamb chops.
Jacob says he could watch this all day.
You can rewind it if you like. So we've got a few sections where it's a bit darker. So I'm just going to darken these spotty bits off, which is actually where the whiskers come out of. And they're not all the same sort of size, and they're not the same colour either. Some are slightly darker than others. So I think we've got one just here, haven't we?
Apparently, Lucy says it's very, very relaxing watching you do that.
Oh, nice. That's what we like to hear. Just a good sleep. Relax too much, you could sleep.
Jacob says he needs to catch up on our videos. There's not many up there to catch up on, so it won't take you long.
No, I think there's only 4 of these. And then the rest, I think, are mainly like the virtual craft festivals when we were doing that.
We need to pull a finger out and get a few more.
Yeah, it's just the editing. I hate editing. That's why I do the lives instead, because I just hate editing. Don't have to edit it when it's live. I know a lot of people enjoy the editing, don't they?
Yeah.
So just getting these bits in here. It's actually lighter on this section, but then on this back section, it's actually a bit darker. We're not going to do the back section today.
23 minutes, you know.
I suppose it's the chest, isn't it? It's not the back section, it's the chest. So we're still just plotting in the lighter areas on here.
And Jamie from JP Woodworks joined us.
Hey up, Jamie. How are you doing? How's Vicky? Has she got hold of your machine yet? She stole it.
No, he's probably got it locked up.
Yeah. Not for stealing. So just adding those bits in here. We've actually got on the picture just a couple that are here and here, and here, and here. So like little spotty bits.
Jamie says he's all good, took advantage of dry weather and done some turning.
Nice.
He's got a leaky workshop at the moment.
Oh, have you? That's not good. Especially when we keep getting so much rain as well. I mean, we had a leaky workshop the other week, didn't we?
Yeah. Cured it now.
Yeah. So just finishing this section here, so you can see the furry bits are actually sticking out that way because it's changed direction again to then going down. It's
Making you work for a living.
yeah, absolutely. But that's the challenge of it, isn't it? It's the challenge of being able to do it and just following the direction of the fur. Just adding them bits in there and down there. Because this section here is light anyway.
Well, apparently it's looking like snow for Jacob next week.
Is it? Whereabouts are you, Jacob? I know he's stateside, I'm just not quite sure where.
And I can't remember.
Yeah. there. So I think we can about finish there in a minute. We've got plenty of dog chops in.
He's in Michigan.
Huh?
He's in Michigan.
Oh, okay. Nice. So, right. I could titivate that all day if I'm not careful. So we're going to leave it there. Turn that off. Just zoom out for you. And then bring that down. So that is what we are looking like so far. That's on a wedge.
Let's turn that picture off in the corner.
Yeah, so that's what we're looking like so far. And that's obviously the picture. And that's her. There is a light patch in there that I forgot to fill in. But we won't worry about that right now. We'll do that probably next week. Yeah, so it's just filling this in and getting the dog chops done. So really happy with how it's turning out right now. So yeah, that's basically it for this week. So, but yeah, I hope you guys are learning something. Be like, no. Yeah. He's like, oh, no. Oh, dear me. But yeah, right. So I think I won't hold you up any longer. So I'm going to get going. And thank you for joining us. It's been a pleasure, as always. I'm always so excited to teach everybody everything. And that's it. I will see you next week. Same time. Bye.
Right, take care, guys.